What is up, YouTube? Mr. King coming at you live, not from the classroom, but from the studio. Okay, today you're going to be learning how to solve force problems. All right, but first I want to talk about money. How do you calculate net profit? Please write down that net, not like a net on a basketball hoop. Net means overall in money. So your net is your overall, and for profit, your net profit is the overall how much money you made. Okay? And I want to use an example that we use for Anime Club. In Anime Club, we saved money for AnimeCon. So we bought a huge bag from Costco of 25 Takis, 25 small bags of Takis, and it cost me $10. And we sold each small bag of Takis at $1 each. Okay? How much does our club net? The formula is money made minus money spent. Okay? So, try and figure out what is the Anime Club's net profit. Please pause the video now and try and figure it out. Hopefully you noticed we had 25 Takis. We sold each one for $1. So we made $25, but it cost us 10. So you do 25 minus 10. And our net profit is $15. Okay, not great. That's why we had to sell other things, because we're not making too much money per Taki. Next, it's the same thing with force. Net force, like net profit, is overall. So you have to take in all of the directions that things are pushing or pulling. So net force is overall force. If you were playing tug of war with Axel, who you saw earlier, and he is pulling you 10 newtons to the right. He's a small dog, medium sized, so he's not super strong. He's pulling you to the right 10 newtons, but you're pulling to the left 45 newtons. Who wins and by how much force? Please draw a picture and label each arrow, and then figure out what's the net force. Okay? Hopefully you label 45 here, 10 here. The overall force is going to be 35 newtons to the left. Because this arrow is bigger, it's going to be overall to the left. All right. Next one, this one's a little harder. Okay, we have Alex Caruso dunking on Michael Jordan here. And if you want to be like him, you need a lot of force. Okay? If you want to dunk a basketball, yes, you, and gravity is holding you down 50 newtons, this is how much gravity is holding you down. With your weight combined, it's holding you down 50 newtons. You need to get up to 25 newtons. Your net force needs to be 25 in order to make it to the hoop. How much force do you need to jump though? Okay? Hint, draw a picture. Please pause the video now and try and do it yourself. Gravity's holding you down 50. You need to get up to 25 to reach the hoop. So how much force do you need to jump? Taking gravity into account. Alright. Yes, this was photoshopped. Anyways, moving on. For my picture, I made a hint. I drew 3 arrows. Okay, you have 2 numbers in the problem. You have to figure out where the 2 numbers go, and then figure out what the last one is. Okay? Please pause it now and try and solve it here. You should notice that the blue arrow was representing gravity. The 25, the purple one, is your net. You need to get 25. You're getting held down by 50. So you need to overcome that force of gravity. And to figure it out, use algebra or math. So blank minus 50 equals 25, otherwise known as 25 plus 50 equals 75. Okay, so 75 up minus 50 down will leave you with 25. So if you want to dunk, you need 75 newtons of force, which is a lot. Okay. Next one, I'm now going to go over steps to solve problems when they are a little bit more difficult. Okay, so please write the steps in your notes. How to solve force problems. Step 1, draw a picture. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Okay? I like to use arrows. The longer the arrow, the stronger the force. Here's a problem that you're trying to solve. You try to run up an escalator that is moving down. So you're trying to go up the wrong way. The escalator is moving downward with a force of 2 newtons. You weigh 50 kilograms and use 10 newtons to try and run up against the escalator. How much do you accelerate when you're running up? Okay, so this one's a little more involved, but step 1, draw a picture. You can use mine. Please put it in your notes. Next, after you draw a picture, you need to label it with what you know. Okay, so if you're running up with 10 newtons, 2 newtons is going to push you back, and you weigh 50 kilograms. This is all important to figure out how much you're going to accelerate up the escalator. So you're going up 10 newtons, it's pushing you back down 2 newtons, and you weigh 50. Okay, next one, write F equals, A equals, and M equals, and then fill in the blank for what you know. If you don't remember, F equals force, but here we want to use net force. We have 2 different forces, so you just need to be thinking about the net force here. So put the net force for F here, put the A and the M here in the blanks. You don't know one of them. Okay, I'm not going to spoil it yet. Please fill in the blanks for F equals, A equals, M equals. Hopefully you noticed we don't know acceleration. That's what I asked you to solve. The overall net force is 10 minus 2. 10 going up, 2 going back, so overall it's 8. And you weigh 50, so that goes in mass. To get acceleration, you need to use the possible formulas. Please add these to your notes if you don't have them already. Force is acceleration times mass. Acceleration is force divided by mass, and mass is force divided by acceleration. The main 2 you'll be using are the first 2. Now, you have everything you need. Please solve how fast will you be going up the escalator in acceleration in meters per second squared. Okay. Hopefully you noticed you take the net force 8 divided by the mass 50, and you should get 0.16 meters per second squared. Not super fast like you would have seen in the video. Last one. I put a clip of White Chicks. You are trying to tackle someone who stole your wallet. They're trying to run away. You're running with an acceleration of 2 meters per second squared, and you weigh 50. They hit you, though, while you're trying to tackle them. They hit you with a force of 20 newtons. What is the net force here? Okay? Pause the video now and try and do it yourself first. You'll learn the most if you try it yourself first. Okay? Hint, draw a picture and label it. Okay? So you can keep track of all the information. And your goal is to solve the net force when you tackle them. Please pause the video now and do it. Hint, I'll give you my picture that I drew. Okay, I know they're not both smiling, doesn't have to be perfect, but here's the picture that I drew. Now, try and label it, and then solve for the net force. Okay, hopefully you noticed you're tackling, and then the robber hit you back with 20. So we know you hit him back, they hit you back with 20. We don't know how much force you hit him with. You have to find that one out. We don't know F, but we know A equals 2, and M equals 50. So use the formula, F equals A times M. Your force is 100. They hit you with 20. So you take the net force, 100 minus 20, and you get 80. Yep, and that is the last answer. That's how you do it. Draw a picture, label it, and then fill in the blank with what you know and don't know. Okay, and then use the formulas that I gave you here. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking with me. If you got those all right, without any help, you're the master of these problems. Nothing I can teach you. Have a good day. Bye.